Hello everyone. Oh my gosh. First of all, let me just say thank you so much for all the support on my last video. I'm really glad that you are excited that this channel is back. I thought it'd be really fun just to kind of do this a little bit more often. And I know you're probably thinking, Roland, you said in your last video this is going to be like a more sort of real look. I have just filmed 2 videos, so this is why my setup is all done. I thought I'd come on stage and talk to you about my Amsterdam trip and my VidCon experience that I just had in Europe, which was so fun. Literally I had so much fun in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is such a lovely place. I really want to go back and have an actual long weekend there. Because we were there for VidCon Europe, it wasn't like we had a lot of time to actually go and do sort of Amsterdam-y things. So I would like to go back and actually have a proper set of time there. But so yeah, I don't know where to start. Let's start at the very beginning. So, we went there on Friday last week. So, our flight wasn't actually till the evening. So, we had sort of the day in the morning just to pack and stuff. And me being the twatter that I always am, left it to the very last minute to actually go and pack for this holiday. So, the day really consisted of me going like a mad bitch and packing my bag and making sure all my YouTube stuff has been done and all ready for obviously when I start doing things. So, I am a horrendous flyer. I hate flying. So, being able to be on a flight that was only sort of half an hour, so 45 minutes was absolutely perfect. Because I really hate flying. I'm always scared that we're going to die. I'm always scared that the plane's going to blow up. I'm always scared that the engine will fail and the plane will crash. Every single scary situation or scenario you can think of regarding flying is how I believe everything's going to happen. So, yeah, it's just not a good thing. So, we met Nikki and Sammy and Doug at the airport, which was really nice. We all hung out for a little bit and got ready to go on the plane. Loaded ourselves onto the plane, perfectly fine, everything was going really great. Took off, landed, and so we thought, on the way down as we were landing, the weather was absolutely fabulous. It was gorgeous, it was all sunny and everything above the clouds, and as soon as we went underneath the clouds, it was just dismal, grey, and it was just I did not leave England and this horrendous weather to then come to Amsterdam and have horrendous weather. That's just not happening. It just wasn't good, no. So then we did Uber back to the hotel and got in and met with our lovely friends Joe and Will, because they, Joe arranged for all of us to go over there. She has worked with a company called Niche, and she works at Twitter as well with Will. So they planned this trip for us and paid for us to all go. So big shout out to you, Joe. I love you so much. Thank you so much for paying for the trip. It was amazing. So she did obviously pay for us to go. And oh my God, okay, so we walked into the hotel, and so I get it, obviously, the accents are slightly different as well, because obviously it's Dutch there, and so the person was talking to us in English, and we were giving us, she was giving us our rooms, and so she wrote on my card, I don't have it anymore, obviously, but on my card, it looked like she wrote Roly, because I thought, obviously, it's my name, I thought she wrote Roly. Actually, she wrote 8019, which was my hotel room, 8019. But the way that she wrote it on the card, it literally looked like she wrote Roly. So she was like, your room is blah, 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 go that way up the escalator, and it's there. And so I walked away and was like, what did she just say to me? I was really embarrassed. I was like, I have no idea what she just said to me. And I stood by the lifts, and I was looking at this card, and I was like, that says Roly. That doesn't say what my room number is. So I waited there, and then Callum came around the corner and was like, is that how long the lift takes? And I was like, no, I'm just embarrassed because I don't know what she said to me and I don't know what to do. So Callum went back and asked the woman. So I felt like a twat, so I was like, I'm hiding behind this wall, hoping she doesn't see me. But then she knew that it was my number. Anyway, that was embarrassing. And I never saw her again in the whole trip, so it was kind of fine, actually. Got into my room, and can I tell you, I have never ever been in a hotel room on my own. Every single time that I've gone on holiday or gone somewhere, I've always been with someone in my hotel room. So it was really peculiar to actually have a hotel room on my own. It kind of felt a little bit lonely, if I'm honest, because I'm so used to having sort of someone there to muck around with and be stupid with. To be on my own was just a very bizarre experience. So I had a shower, went downstairs, and we had some food and got a bit drunk, had loads of cocktails, and it was a bit merry. I didn't go too insane because I know that obviously we had to go to the convention centre on the next day, so I tried to calm myself a little bit and not be too sort of just mental. So we ate food, played some games, and we got some free merchandise and stuff as well to wear around the convention centre. Because obviously the company Niche had obviously paid for us to go there. We were obviously promoting their site and things as well, so that was obviously fine with us. I got a hat, and I got a jumper and a hoodie and stuff, which I really love. I actually love wearing it, so that was perfect. So we got up in the morning, got ready to go to the convention center. We had breakfast. So this hotel had like an all-inclusive I've had so much sugar. Like I've literally had so much sugar that I know that I'm talking so fast. I had so much sugar and I'm really hyper. So the hotel did have like an all-inclusive breakfast. We went downstairs. I ate so much food. Like whenever there's like free food, I always take the piss and eat as much as I possibly can. So like, I'm gonna get the money's worth. So I ate so much food for breakfast. And then we went over to the convention center. Got my speaker pass, where is it? Where did I put it? So I lined up and I got my speaker pass. Let me see. Roly... Is it going to focus? Is it going to focus? No. Well, I mean, it kind of did. It's just the white balance is funny. So I got my little speaker pass. Happily, I did bump into a few of you on the way round when I was looking around the convention centre. So thank you for everyone who did come and say hello to me on the first day. No matter how many times I go to a convention, no matter how many times I meet people, it's really weird because it never, so far, it's never lost that kind of feeling where it's like, wow, because like you see comments from people and you see messages and stuff, and it's always like screen stuff, and you connect with it, but it's still not the same as actually meeting a subscriber in real life, and you can see the person, like you are a real person, and have photos with you and stuff and hug you and like just talk to you. Like it's such a surreal experience to me still that people actually are real and they still watch me. Like I just find that so bizarre, and I don't know if that's like a feeling that would be lost over time, but so far I still get so like whenever I meet one of you guys, so I'm like, oh my god, it's so cool. But yeah, so that was really nice. And obviously we walked around the convention centre and saw everything that was going on, saw the main stage and saw like little sort of booths that were all around. Now, we didn't actually spend that much time in the convention centre on the first day because we were slightly late to arrive. So we did go upstairs first of all and went to like sort of like it was like a little lounge thing. And there were some like bouncy cushions and like these like funny inflatable chairs that I found hilarious. So we sort of sat there for a little bit, and then it was sort of mid-afternoon to lunchtime. So we thought we'd go get some food. Went next door, got loads of food, and again I had steak because I was like, well, I mean, if I'm not going to pay for it, I think I'm going to go a bit mad. So I had some steak, and some people had some cocktails and things there and stuff. This weekend was heavily influenced by alcohol. I just want to say that. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we were sober for the whole time, because we weren't. Which is funny. So we did obviously, yeah, so we walked around, had some food, and then we wanted to split off a bit because some of us wanted to go to Amsterdam, do Amsterdam-y kind of things, and then other people wanted to go back to the hotel room to have a nap because we did have a big party to go to in the afternoon. So me, Callum and Doug did go around Amsterdam, did some like cool things there, and like it was so nice to actually see like the canals and stuff, because I've never really seen stuff like that, because at least okay, so London has obviously the River Thames, but it's dirty as hell. Like the River Thames is disgusting, like literally disgusting. So like their water was nice, a bit more clearer than ours. So it was nice just to wander and stuff and do like Amsterdam-y things. And then obviously we went back to the hotel room. I had a shower, had a little bit of a nap because we did have to go to a party in the evenings. And then we went over to Doug and Esther's hotel. So two people, Doug and our other friend Esther, who we met there, were staying in a different hotel because the hotel we were staying in had like run out of rooms. So they had to go into a different hotel. So they stayed in the other hotel. So all of us went over to their hotel for like a meal, and we had some more like cocktails again, because again, like I want to say, there was lots of alcohol involved in this trip, so some more cocktails. And oh my god, can I say, we had so much food ordered to the table. Literally, it was like a banquet. There was everything. We were like, one of everything on the menu, please, basically. And it was just the whole table was just covered in food. And I needed that so bad because I was so hungry. So oh my god, literally there was so much food on the table, and then we were having cocktails and we like got a bit merry, stuffed ourselves full of food, and that's when the crazy stuff happened. So we went to a party, and I'll be honest, the party room at the top was really small, so like because there's lots of YouTubers in there and like press people and stuff, like we were upstairs and it was quite tight, so we managed to like fight our way to the bar, and the queue to get to the bar was really long, so we managed to get some drinks, and just mucked around there for a bit. But then when the restaurant, because we were in a restaurant, and so we had to go upstairs until the restaurant was closed. And then when the restaurant closed, we all went downstairs for the party, like to carry on the party downstairs. And when we moved downstairs, it was really good. So obviously the dance floor was opened up and there was DJ and stuff, and that was really fun. We had like a nice party there. And the time sort of went on at night time, and it's got to about midnight. And so you kind of want to do some other things. So some people went clubbing and some people went like with me, and we went to go around the red light district because I'd never seen it before. And like, you know, when you think about Amsterdam, one of the things you kind of think of is like the red light district with like the prostitutes and stuff and the windows and the sex shows and stuff and all the liberating sort of things that happen in like the life there. So we all went to wander around the red light district, and I have never experienced something like that ever. Like, it was actually quite insane because in England, obviously, I think, well, in most places, I think prostitution is obviously illegal. And it was obviously no judgment, because I think people should be able to do whatever the hell they want with their body. It's completely up to them, as long as they're not hurting anyone else. Do what you want. So we walked around over to the red light district, and we could see all like the women in the windows and stuff. And it was weird because like you walk past and they all like kind of like tried to coast you in. And there was this one girl who was like banging on the window and like looking at me going, come on, come on. And I'm like, look at my face, look at my body. I'm quite clearly a flaming homosexual. Like isn't going to happen. Like this isn't going to happen. And then and then someone we were with had been there before, was like, oh, if you go into this house, we can get to the other side of the road like quicker. So we walked in, and he obviously knew what he was doing, and we walked into like a brothel. It was like a free-for-all. Like you go in and it was literally just surrounded with people who were like obviously prostitutes and stuff. It was insane. I was literally like, you knew what you were doing, bitch. You knew what you were doing, sneaky bastard. And then we went to a Peep show where basically, so it was me. Oh God. So basically, we went into this little tiny booth. It was like a little tiny room. Like, you could barely fit 2 people in there, but we squashed 4 of us in this room. And so you put it was a €2 into the slot, and this like hazy window in front of you like opens up, and it was just like the kind of like this naked woman who was on like a spinning platform, like just walking around and like pressing her body parts up against the window. And it was just like, this is definitely something that I never thought I'd ever see. Oh dear, it was really, really bizarre. And there was someone opposite us masturbating. Like, this guy was in on his own. And you could just see him, like, you know, waggling his arm. Like, it was like, wow. Because the majority of people who go to these things, at least there, from what I saw, were all very touristy, who was going just to kind of say, like, I've seen it. Because all the other, because obviously you could see into other people's booths as they're looking in. Because there's about 10 booths around one performer. And like in every single booth, there was like a group of people like us just watching. And like we were going there to be like curious. And like I find it funny that people actually go there to like masturbate and things like. And then the next day, obviously we got up in the morning and we were leaving because we were only in Amsterdam for like 2 nights. So it was a very, very quick trip. You're probably wondering why I didn't vlog anything. There was like a tiny bit of vlog when I first arrived there, but like because we were there for such a short amount of time, I really kind of wanted to enjoy it as much as I could. If we were there for like a week, I wouldn't have minded vlogging a bit more, but because we were there for such a short amount of time, I really wanted to kind of get as much as I possibly could out of the experience rather than trying to film everything. So that's why I'm doing, this is my like VidCon experience rather than an actual video. So the next day we did obviously pack up our stuff, and I had the LGBTQ plus panel, and I was so nervous because I found out that we were actually on the main stage. I thought we were in like a little room on the side, like as some in the city, like at least in some in the city, or like the main stage isn't like for this kind of thing, and like it's completely different. So or like the panels are in like side rooms. So when I found out that we were actually going to be on like the main sstage at VidCon, I was like, my heart palpitations, getting scared, going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like it was just a bit insane. So I was kind of like, I was kind of a bit scared. But so I arrived backstage and I went to like the sort of green roomy lounge thing that he had, and there was like free stuff everywhere. There was like free food and free sweets and free drinks, and I was like, I'm in heaven. So I ran around and grabbing as much as I possibly could. I did actually eat like so many sweets. It was so like I'm surprised I wasn't sick, to be honest. And then but then weirdly I had green tea. Like out of anything I could have had from the bar, I had green tea. I'm not really too sure why. Or they're saying that I was rather hungover, so that's probably a good idea to have green tea rather than like coffee or something. So I was on the panel with my friend Rowan, Jazza, Jodie, and so there was basically another guy as well who I didn't know before. He was called Jake. He's a lovely trans YouTuber. He was really, really sweet, and he had never been on like a panel before or anything. So like for his first time, he did so good. So big up to you, Jake, if you happen to watch this. I thought you were great. And Joey Graceffa was with us as well. So we all went onto the stage, and I was like shitting myself. I was so nervous to go on the stage. I was like, oh my god, I'm like crazy. So we all sat down, and the panel was so good. Like, I cannot tell you how fun it was to do. I cried towards the end because I'm a mess, and it was just so much fun. Like, I just loved it. Your questions were really good that you are like some of you asked, and we just had a really good discussion. Like, I feel so like happy that I was able to be on like that panel. Like, to be on the LGBTQ plus panel at Some in the City was amazing, and then to do it again this year at VidCon was just incredible. Like, it's weird because years ago when I used to go to these events, I never thought that I would be the kind of person who would be on the stage. I always thought like I'd be the person spectating to it. To be able to have the opportunity to actually go on the stage and do it is like, it's amazing. Like, it's an amazing feeling. So I just love it. I feel very blessed that I've had the opportunity. But yeah, the panel went amazingly, and then after the panel happened and everyone went off the stage, loads of you came running to the stage and came to take photos with me, and we had lovely little chats and stuff, and that was so just seeing you actually seeing you like that again was so heartwarming, and it made me feel so happy. So thank you for everyone who came to the stage afterwards, and we all had hugs and photos and stuff. So I did actually have to sadly leave VidCon after that. Our flight was sort of late afternoon, so we did have to leave the convention at that time, and then sort of just because we really wanted to have a little bit of a wander around Amsterdam again as well. So me, Nikki, Sammy and Doug, we had a nice walk around Amsterdam and saw some more things. And it was a gorgeous day. So we made the most of it while we were there. And we even went to go we went to this bar, and we sat on a boat in the canal while we drunk. It was really weird, and the boat was obviously moving and stuff, and it was, yeah, that was fun. That was very exciting. But yeah, so then we did have to fly home in the evening. And first of all, our flight was delayed. When we got to the departure bit, our plane wasn't even there. And we were we've just been given a gate, but the plane's not even here. So eventually the plane did get there. It took ages for us all to board on the plane. We took off, got towards England. As we're coming down to land, the flight suddenly starts going back in the air, and the pilot's oh, due to our late departure, there's other planes in the way on the platforms. We've missed our slots. We now have to circle around the airport until we have free time. And I was just oh my god. So we circling around the airport for ages, and I hate flying, as I told you before, so this was hell for me. I was we're going to die. We're going to run out of fuel or something, and we are going to die. This is going to be the death of me. We are going to die. No. Anyway, we did eventually land, and then we got down to the platform and our train was delayed. So that was fun. And I had to go to work the next day. I had to be up at 5 a.m. for work the next day, and I was just I need to go to bed, I need to go to bed, I need to go to bed, I need to go to bed. And I was just so dead. I was so tired, because obviously I had practically no sleep for the whole time. I was so tired, I was just deceased. I was dead, deceased, decaying. Buy dead, deceased, decaying t-shirts here. No, I was just dead. Yeah. So I did have a lovely time in Amsterdam. It was so much fun. I really want to go back and have an actual weekend there, or a long weekend where I can experience more Amsterdam-y things and do more things around the city. But VidCon was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me, VidCon. It was really I loved it. It was amazing. I can't wait to go back next year if you do another one there. I just YouTube gatherings just to me just means so much, and I love being able to meet all of you, and just being able to do this kind of things, it feels weird that I'm now at the stage where I can do this kind of stuff. It just feels amazing that I have a community of people now that when I go to these events and stuff, you all come and say hi, and me have yeah, it just means a lot to me. And thank you, VidCon, for obviously having me and having me on the stage and things. It meant a lot, and I to be a part of that panel is a massive thing for me, and it means a lot. So I had an amazing time. Thank you, VidCon, for having me. I had a lot of fun. I loved it so much, and I'm so excited for Summer in the City. I'm in August. That's gonna be so much fun as well. Yeah, summer is the summertime is so much better because it just all the YouTube stuff happens, and it's just amazing, and I just love it. I just love it. So I know this video has been really sort of insanely intense for such a short amount of time. I thought my camera was going to die in this time, but it didn't. So I was talking faster because I was the camera is going to die. It didn't, luckily enough. I filmed 3 videos today, so I feel a little bit dead now. I've used all of my energy on this. So yes. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all amazing and amazing and having fun. I just hit 70,000 on my main channel, which is amazing. So thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed. Obviously, hit the like button, follow me on social medias, all that stuff down below, and I will be back for another RolyVlog very soon, and we can talk about some more things. I want to do a video about Eurovision. I need to talk about Eurovision because Eurovision is my life. Oh, yeah. Bye.